Phil, coming up to 10 years at the club, take us back to those early days when you're in the academy ranks. Can you remember that back then?
Yeah, that was a long time ago. That was back in the day when I think Phil was in charge then and Lanny was director of academy. And I'd just come over from what I now call the dark side, Manchester. I was fortunate to get picked up and come over. I went to university, that's how I got over here, coming to university.
How did that come about, you getting picked up by Lanny?
Well, I went to a school in Halifax called Rishworth, got a scholarship there, and ended up, from playing around the county, I ended up on one of my PDCs. And they just said to me, listen, if you can go to university in Leeds next year, then you can come over and come and train with us and give it a go and see what happens from there. And just, I was fortunate for my mum and dad were able to do that and help me through it, and that's how I started, really.
Did you think back then that you could make a career as a professional rugby player?
No chance. My idea was always to go in the army. Either play sport in the army or, just go and blow something up, really, shoot some guns.
Obviously, these days the academy's well structured and well talked about here at Yorkshire Carnegie. But back then, what was it like? It's hard. I've not been inside the academy nowadays, but you see from the outside the guys, all the strength and conditioning, the way all the programs are set out, all the monitoring. It was like that to an extent, but the depth of it wasn't the same, and it was sort of, you just crack on with it, you do it, and as you know, over the years, training programs and all that sort of thing have changed, and it was definitely a hard few years, physically and mentally, really. Who do you remember from back then, your teammates?
There was loads. I remember when I was playing number 8, Danny Kerr at 9, Cusack, prop, Danny Paul, Rob Webber, Jordan Crane. Doc was there and he left and come back again. A few of the Rhinos boys, Chaz Hansen. There was quite a lot, really. And it was good. It was a good laugh. We always had a good close knit group. Me and Lanny used to let us, enjoy it as well, because we were under 19s then, so we were allowed to drink and that. He used to go and play away, and he used to love the social side of it. And we're a real close team, to be fair. I think actually the bulk of that team went on to win 2 cups. I think 2 next year's, a National Cup and the Yorkshire Cup. So it was some good quality players as well, really.
And that sort of set the tone, really. That was we'd had 1 or 2 players before that, but actually for a lot of players coming through to the first team, that group of players really set the tone for that. Yeah,
it was really. I mean, it was at a time as well, I think, when we all sort of started to age a little bit and mature a little bit, some of the guys left, which happens in sport, but a lot of bulk of us were still around when, unfortunately, we first got relegated, and there wasn't many lads left. It gave all the lads an opportunity, and Lanny was good enough to give lads that opportunity. If he took it, he believed in you, he gave you that chance. But it was tough. That's what it was like then. If you got a few opportunities and you had to take it. I remember playing in the academy in the A team, and I got a few tellings off because I wasn't performing, and it was either pull your socks or pull you out. And that's the nature of the sport, and nowadays still, really. And it's good building blocks, really good building blocks, to be fair. But no, it was good times. You mentioned there the relegation. As a young lad, hoping to build a future at the club. What's your memories of that period? Obviously, Phil left, and everything had been built around what Phil had created at the club. He was leaving, and it was a time of change. Yeah, it was crazy, really, because I remember standing up there and watching the lads on the pitch and that, and you're in awe or something. You're training with them, but there's guys like Justin Marshall, but there's fully pledged internationals there that you used to watch on the TV as a kid in the Six Nations and stuff, and internationals and that, and you think, wow. And you're training with them. It was just crazy that happened that year, really, and it's just unfortunate. But I remember at the end of it, when we started that next pre-season, Lanny found a good group of lads, and we bonded well. And for me, as a young lad coming in, it was just an opportunity. A recent position change as well. I think I've only been playing hooker about a year or so. Then not even that, maybe. So it was just an opportunity for me, really, just to get in there and experience stuff and experience some genuine first team rugby. There was that famous meeting when Lanny took over at the start of pre-season, where the room was split amongst people who were left, young lads and people who signed. Yeah. What's your recollection of that turning point? I think I remember looking around. There was a good group of young lads, because we were all there anyway. There wasn't very many that left. I think there was only about 5 or 6 that left. That stayed. And it was pretty much all new lads. And it was good. It was really good actually. It was really interesting that pre-season, that year, just to get to know everyone. And you know, the first social was always a good laugh, and it was good actually. It was good. It was interesting. It was you couldn't believe it really. Looking around the room, the bulk that had gone and the bulk that had to be brought in to cover it was crazy.
How crucial was Stuart Hooper in that season? Obviously, he was one of the ones that stayed, was captain of the side, and seemed to really set a tone for the team that year.
Yeah, he did. Hoops, Rawley, they're all great. You know, Hoops led from the front. He was a leader, always has been really. And you know, he just got on with it, dug deep, all about the hard work, getting the simple things right. And he wasn't afraid to admit it was wrong. I remember we did a training game up here, and I remember he gave me a bit of a telling off on the pitch. And I remember later that night, I wasn't bothered about it at the time, but I remember later that night he phoned me up because I was only a young lad and said, "Listen, I wasn't being personal. It was just at the time, and I just want you to know I'm just trying to make you better. It's for the team and stuff like that." And it was great to have guys like that around. Teaches you a lot when you're young.
You mentioned Rawley there. With Perry were battling it out for the number 2 shirt. Maybe not that season, but for the next few years. How was your relationship with Rawley?
Yeah, I like Rawley. He's a good lad. He's I don't know anyone that doesn't like Rawley. He's a good lad. The same with a lot of the guys really. I mean, I was quite fortunate because when the first move to Hooker, there was obviously Rawley. There was Mark Regan as well. He was really good. And later on as well, like Tits and Thompson and Villy, all guys with lots of different experience, lots of different ways of playing the game. But you know, Rawley was a good lad. He was a mentor as well, not just like on the pitch, off the pitch and things like that. He was a good clubman, Rawley. And he again at that time with new guys coming in and just solidified what Leeds was about at the time.